One life, how everybody feeling out there, man? I hope everybody good, man. I want to welcome y'all back to kicking it with me, man. You know what I'm saying? And y'all come on in, man. We doing it again. Just like I told y'all we were gonna do earlier, man. Now, my thing is this, man. I'm taking this serious, man, with ZiyahHarris. You know what I'm saying? And so I be up researching and stuff like that. I ain't just falling asleep, and you know what I'm saying. I done knocked all my school work out, so I got time. You feel me? Normally I be up here, y'all know I be drinking turned up. We don't went to sleep and all this stuff there. Now we here, man. We trying to get justice for this young lady, man. I've been working with some people behind the scene on some other things, man. I've been reaching out to the family. I'm being very cautious about how I do that because I do know that right now there's a lot going on with them. So, like I told y'all earlier, I said, man, y'all rock with me on some lunch. I'm gonna come back and do a little iPhone giveaway, man. I know it ain't much, but that's pretty much, you know what I'm saying? That's just what. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's just pretty much what I got that I can dang, you know what I'm saying, maneuver and try to, you know what I'm saying, help the family out. I know they're having problems with the GoFundMe. My thing is more so about working with sources to try to locate this body, man. Try to locate where she's at. Me along with other of my colleagues, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know what I do. A lot of people just think I come on here and talk and whoop whoop. No, I'm so much more than that. I'm licensed. I keep telling y'all I'm in school. I'm finna go into law school. Y'all can think what you want to think, but yeah, we gotta goddamn whoop whoop. And when you get them, I text you back. You gotta hit me on my new phone. You gotta hit me on my new phone. When I send out when I send out your device, you feel me? When I send it out, you got to give it about a week or two. Sometimes, you know, over the holidays, I sent them out. I sent out, I think, 3 of them. I sent out 3 of them. All but one person that got theirs. I know the other lady, she said that she got in hers probably like last week, I want to say. And then the dude, he got his quick. He got her here before her. But at the end of the day, what I was going to say, yeah, so if it's not like overnight or special shipping, give it time. Just give it time to come, shout. But anyway, so yes. And then I switch phones all the time. If you hit my phone, you gotta call my main number. You feel me? I done switch phones like 3 times, shout. But at the end of the day, and that's another thing too. Telling y'all this right now. Do not aggravate me about stuff that I'm doing with giveaways. Man, I had a lady, man, I don't even go into it, but it'll make me stop doing giveaways. You feel me? Now I do it just really because I be connecting with the audience and I just really be having little stuff to give away. You feel me? I just be having stuff. In this instance, the only reason I'm doing it is because, like I said earlier, and I know the 4 people that rock with me. Shouts out to Miss Mason too. Shouts out to Miss Mason. Shadig, what's up, Shadig? What going on? Kiki, what going on? See, I know who rock with the One Life family, man, and who be just on, you know what I'm saying, on some other stuff, man. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. And I'm here to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, bring awareness. I'm here to goddamn talk to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff, like I say, that's been coming out and stuff that people been finding out about the situation. You know what I mean? And we're going to get into it. One Life family, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. This is another iPhone giveaway, baby. And y'all see it now. We're doing $5 raffle because I'm gonna do a 16 Pro, and then I got one. It's a used one that I'm gonna probably give away tomorrow. That I used for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I just want to try to do anything that I can to kind of just donate money to the goddamn, you know what I'm saying, to the cause. You know, I've been thinking about just taking a trip out there. Because myself, I am licensed. You feel me? And I used to do this stuff. I do it for like families. Like I haven't really been pushing it as much. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever. But you know, when certain things come about, certain cases, I'm real picky. Because I used to do it every case that I came across, every day on YouTube. Every night I'm up researching, investigating, looking into it, talking to this person, interviewing this person. And it just was like, for what? Half of these people I already know what's going on, and the other half don't care. But then when you come across situations like this, it kind of touched me. You know what I'm saying? And again, I know iPhone or little stuff like that, or little gift cards and stuff ain't much. But you know, I just try to do what I can, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, and again, like I say, tomorrow, I know this is the weekend, and I just really wanted to come back and kind of, you know what I'm saying, keep my word and, you know, talk more about it, because she be on my mind. This case be on my mind a lot, you know. And so going into some things, we'll get into some more things, because I even been looking at like the street. I've been looking at the street that she got off on, okay? And I done came across some pictures. I done been talking to the people, I done came across some pictures, and I've been more in tune with it. And there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out. Hold on, y'all. It seems like this thing moving slow or something. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah. And so let me see something. Seems like it moving kind of slow. But y'all give me 1 second. Matter of fact, I put a little something together. I want y'all to check it out. One life family. Shouts out to Calm, man. I think I meant to hit you earlier, not hit you, but to respond earlier. We was tired of talking about the stuff. I hope that you and your family, you and your loved ones get better, man. And I'm sorry that y'all going through that. You know, sorry that you're going through that, and I hope it get better for you and stuff like that. So prayers for you and your family. But hopping right back on track, ladies and gentlemen, man. You know, again, like I was trying to explain to y'all, there's a lot that's been coming out in this case. And now, one of the things that we've been talking about behind the scene, and other people may be talking about it too, I just don't really get a chance to tap in with too many other content creators and stuff like that. But one thing I say is, you know, and I think we all can agree that a lot of people are looking at the mother. I mean, the Annette. They looking at Annette. They looking at the daughters. Okay. Now, from my understanding, like I say, the daughters, they do similar stuff too. Cause I heard the great aunt say, look, if you've been abused or anything by these twin sisters, you need to speak out. If you've been abused by the mother, you need to speak out. We got a chance to hear from the father earlier before he passed away, so we got a better understanding from that angle. Okay. Now, like he was saying, she wasn't a runaway child. You know, she was a person that was just, you know what I'm saying, misguided or misguided. You know, her father thought he was doing the right thing. And like I say, man, all of it to me, it's crazy, and people need to be held accountable. So that's why I came up here and I said, well, you know what? I want to do a giveaway, because I do want to, I don't know if I want to go out there, but I think the best way for me to work with them sources is to goddamn pull up. It is all the way into the investigation. My thing is, like I say, finding where she's at. I mean, I see what the case is. I see that he's finna go to trial, but I don't see nobody out there looking for this child. Not saying that it's for me to see. I just don't see it. And I feel like they not offering no reward money. They not putting up anything to help. It costs money to utilize sources, you know, your resources and stuff like that. And if that's what it takes you, that's fine. But I personally want to know where she at. And I ain't gonna get nowhere just sitting behind the computer talking and well, this, that, and the third. No, I really want to know what's going on. Y'all see the Detroit hat. I got folks in Detroit. Hey, y'all see how raggedy they had it. I've been raggedy head. But what I'm saying is, it's certain things that I can reach out in. It's certain things that I can help do. I can't do everything, but some things, you know what I'm saying, not too many. But they can find her. They can find her. They can find her if people really just, like I say, me, I can come up here and talk to y'all on the internet. But me, I'm on the phone. I've been on the phone most of the afternoon, morning, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, boom, 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 putting this stuff together. Talking about this. Look, let's get this available for this over here. What's going on with this? And again, right now, a lot of people are more so focused on the court the criminal aspect as opposed to the investigation side. Now, the investigation side definitely coincides with him going to trial. But what about the investigation that's finding his body? Where does that investigation lie? See, the family ain't got nobody like myself who gonna come and help you. They ain't got no, you feel me? You coming on the internet and all that ain't doing nothing but really just talking. Where is the daughter? And more so, it makes sense now because they don't really, I ain't gonna say that they don't care where she at. They know where she at. They know where she at. And with us utilizing our resources and things that we got going on, but we can tell him before he tell the police. You feel me? It ain't that hard. They got her getting off of the school bus. The bus driver said she dropped the young lady off right there where she picked her up at. The young lady didn't walk towards the house. She walked away from the house. So now you got to look at the street because when you get to the street, you got to go to the left or to the right. Now, in one of the videos I came across and pictures and stuff, you can see the grandmama in the front yard. The grandmama's out there in the yard. And it's like 8 kids. We sat there and counted. With like 8 kids out there in the yard. Whereas she said that she ain't had nothing. She said she had, 6 grandkids or something. She said she only had 6. And she said they normally was in the house, but these kids was outside. And we easily know that she already up to about what? The family, I mean, she up to about what? She passed, 8 grandkids? If your daughter, Shannon, who's staying there with you at the house, got 5, you got 2 foster kids, and then you got Nazaya, that 8 right there. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's about the police know, and I ain't gonna lie, the police might not even be really investigating it like that. I don't know. I don't rock with the police. You feel me? I would say the family, but in this situation, ain't no family that care. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that because them aunts and stuff like that who's speaking out, I don't know what happened along the line, but somewhere I guess they got a conscience, and somewhere along the line they said, hey, it's time for them to speak out. And they finna speak out, and they gonna say, you know what I'm saying, what needs to be said so that this situation can get rectified. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't feel like she got nobody in her corner right now. Not even the prosecutor. The prosecutor just want to lock him up. The defense attorney want to send him to jail. The bloggers want stories. I'm like, shouted, let go find the body. I've done this with several cases. Cases y'all probably wouldn't even know. I mean, y'all would probably know the cases, but probably like, oh, I ain't no star had nothing to do with that. And these are cases that done hit the fan. And man, come on, shout. I found them folk before. The time the case was blowing up on YouTube, we was already bringing them folk home, shout, the facts. You did. That's how I really got into YouTube. And I used to be on it. That's my finding them folks, shout. Oh, hill. But then I told y'all in the end, it was always more weird stuff. It was always finding out more than I really wanted to know. You feel? I done had families ask me, hey, will you help us to push this GoFundMe? And I asked them, why you want me to do it? You know, it done been families like that. So I kind of got down and started staying away from it. But this right here, this is a situation to where I personally want to know. But anyway, so moving on along. You got, and that's why you got to constantly, well, me for myself, constantly listen to the testimonies and listen to what they were saying in court and listen to what they saying amongst the family, you know, and put it together. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, okay, well, cool. We can see that the family gonna be. We can see that the mama and the sister and them and the baby mama, we can see that they gonna lie. They gonna cover it up. We don't see nobody out there looking for this young lady. She done lost, the father done passed away. He find this type of stuff going on with their daughter, and shortly after that, he passes away. The mama, you know what I'm saying? And the mama, you know, I just seen like a quick glimpse of her, but you know, in the picture I seen, I guess this was before she got on her on whatever. She you know, so she looked decent, you know what I'm saying? She looked like them two sisters, you know. But your mama, whatever happened with Mom Dude, goddamn happened with Mom Dude. This phone is a problem. And I guess, that go back to one of the things they said. I think it was one of the investigators or somebody had said, some of the things they doing make it hard. It hinders their investigation. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when they was talking about the phone, you got the phone. The phone is crazy. The whole time the phone. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. That go back to people helping him, because we don't know. I don't know how that mama got that phone. The shoe. Okay, even with that, I'm finna tell y'all something else. In that video, let's pull up the video. Because that video where she walked by on that camera, on that doorbell camera, when she was walking down that sidewalk, why would a girl that's supposed to be sneaking around with a man be walking? I'm just saying. But when she walking down the street, I want to go back and look at it to make sure. But I don't even think that she had on them type of shoes, y'all. I can't say for sure. But in that last, and I meant to go back and look at it. But that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, but I said I want to see the. Let me see something real quick. Is this video? All right, y'all. I'm gonna play this. I want to play this and check it out because I wanted to go back and look at it. But y'all, we doing an iPhone giveaway. If you are interested, please let me know. The Cash App is below. We are doing an iPhone giveaway in honor of ZiyahHarris, and also for the One Life family looking out for me earlier, man. I really appreciate it. So let me, because I want, I've been looking at some stuff. Now let's see here.
Sexual abuse by the same man accused of killing 13-year-old ZiyahHarris. And we're learning of new DNA analysis that could determine whether Jarvis Butts goes on trial for murder. Sean Lay following today's hearing for us. And Sean, this chilling case, it just keeps getting worse and worse as we learn more.
Chilling is a good way of putting it. Stomach turning also. Every witness, every hour here at the court. Here's what's new about this today.
This is the first time we're hearing the voice of Jarvis Butts. He is 41 years old. He is accused of the sexual abuse and murder of a 13-year-old girl named ZiyahHarris. She was related to one of Butts' many girlfriends, and he called Ziya his niece. The teen was last seen with Butts after school last January 9th. Then ZiyahHarris went missing. Police brought Butts in for this interrogation during a search for her, where Butts told police everything he knew about the girl was on his cell phone that police seized during a search warrant. You have to listen very closely to pick up what Butts is saying, but he says he has nothing to hide.
Everything is in my phone. Y'all have possession of my phone. Take a look at it. Go through it. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know why she said.
A co-worker of Butts testified that Butts and ZiyahHarris were at their auto repair shop the evening ZiyahHarris vanished. But Butts told investigators the last time he saw Ziya was weeks before.
Yes, he stated to me that he had last seen her at the end of December or early January, sometime at grandmother's house getting her hair done.
I think it was about 2 years.
And did he say anything about knowing where Ziya's bus stop was?
Yes.
Okay. What did he say about that?
He said that her bus stop was at 3 Mile Drive in Cornwall.
Back here live outside 36th District Court. Keep in mind, everyone, this is not a trial. It's a preliminary examination to see if a judge will move Butts on to face a murder and sexual assault trial.
Weeks before.
Yes, he stated to me that he had last seen her.
That was weeks before.
Yes, he
Them don't look like the shoes or the goddamn jacket that was found, in my opinion. Can y'all see that? Hold on.
He stated to me that he had last.
Do them look like some Jordans to y'all? Do them look like? It don't look like it to me. I wish I could zoom in some more, but them shoes look white or black or something. I don't know. What y'all think? And black socks, ain't it? Yeah. Not a black hoodie. That's what I'm saying. This stuff, that what I'm telling y'all. I've been looking at this stuff behind the scenes and stuff, and I'm like, the stuff that they found, y'all, that could have been somebody else's stuff. Did they do a size match? You remember earlier I told y'all, I was like, it was confusing me because all people kept talking about was the jacket. I seen the jacket. And they're like, you ain't know what color, unless that's another day. This supposed to be, let's go back. This supposed to be the day she got off the bus. Hold on. That's supposed to be the day she got off the bus. No, okay, but unless it's another day, but.
Investigators, the last time he saw Neziah was weeks before.
Yes, he stated to me that he had last seen her at the end of December or early January, sometime at grandmother's house getting her hair done.
Okay. And did he say anything about knowing where Neziah's bus stop was?
Yes.
Okay. What did he say about that?
He said that her bus stop was at 3 Mile Drive in Cornwall.
But look,
back here live outside
right there
36th
that
District
she
Court.
had
Keep in
on.
mind, everyone, this
I
is
think
not a
that's
trial.
that
It's a
road
preliminary
that she
examination
had
to
on
see if the judge will move Butts on to face a murder and sexual assault trial. It's going to continue tomorrow.
It was a road rash.
A repair shop the evening ZiyahHarris vanished. But Butts told investigators the last time he saw Neziah was weeks before.
Yes, he stated to me.
I think that's a rug rat hoodie. I seen that hoodie. I don't know how to zoom in on this thing right here. Yeah, I can zoom in for myself, but I can't. Them some white shoes. But if she got on shoes, she got on some shoes. Got on a white hat. That's a white hat, ain't it? With a little backpack on. That's what I'm saying, Shawty. That's that Rugrat hoodie. That's the Rugrat hoodie that she got on, y'all. She ain't got on no Jordan. Look like a head, man. She got some on her head. It could be one of them little tie your hair up things. Not a bunny, but like one, I don't know if that would be a bunny, but you know them things that y'all tie your hair up with, like a scarf, I guess. But there's definitely some on her head. Look like Crocs. It don't look like no Jordans. Yeah, that scarf with that bow in the front. That scarf with that tie up in the front. You feel me? We looking at her. Now, let me go back and find that and pull up what the stuff didn't. Now let's go look at the stuff that they say they found in the woods. Okay. Cause the stuff they found in the woods don't look like nothing what she got on right now. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? I don't but what do I know? You know what I'm saying? Cause they showed this when they showed that away, they showed that on the evidence part. Where the evidence at? Reveal. See that right, dog? Let's get. Which one was it? Like after found? Let me look right here too. I'm gonna look at this video again. This stuff is trying to sound crazy. I want to see what it is.
Subscribers.
Now let's check this out right here. This is the video. There go the bus. See how I see this?
And stopping the video at 9 seconds in. I'm not going to ask you to narrate what we're seeing in the video. I just want to lay some groundwork as to what we're looking at. Did you see that bus go by on the right side of the screen?
Correct.
And where is that bus approximately stopping right now on the screen?
That's stopping right approximately at 3 Mile Drive.
And Cornwall?
Cornwall.
Okay.
She ain't have on no glasses.
From this view.
Yeah, we're looking eastbound from the house of 4803 towards down Cornwall towards 3 Mile Drive.
Okay. Continuing playing from 9 seconds.
But we know them ain't no Jordan she got on. Or no black jacket. I don't know who clothes they found out there. She normally get off the bus about 2:30. But the sister said she seen her at the shop at 4 o'clock. Or was that a different girl that the sister seen? Come on now. That could have been a whole different girl the sister seen.
And playing from the beginning.
Man, that probably was a whole nother girl.
And moving now to Exhibit 51.
See that sister? I ain't gonna lie. Look.
And stopping at 6 seconds into the video. Detective, is there a timestamp on this video that you can see or that you know of?
There is a timestamp.
I don't know why they would be showing this in court if this ain't the day she went missing.
And is it being obscured by the zoom thing in the bottom right corner?
Correct.
It's evidence from the, I think the ring camera. Cause a lot of people said, now they said they found a black jacket. People said colorful. That ain't really that colorful, but the Royal Rats is colorful. But
Detective, when you went to extract this, is there something you do or a process that you follow to calibrate the time system on the system you're extracting the video from?
Correct. We do a time calibration to the world clock.
Okay, and what is the world clock?
So basically, the world clock is the anatomical clock that we go by from the Navy clock. So looking at the anatomical clock or the world clock to the video system, we calibrate how if it's zeroed, which this one was, to or if it was short or fast.
Okay. So you would be able to tell if the time system that is on the video is 10 seconds fast, 2 hours fast, or slow?
Slow, correct.
And what was the result again for this video?
Again, this was 0 to the world clock, so it was on time.
Okay. And
I think that's why the video is evidence. This, yeah, the truth is gonna come out in trial, and it's gonna be deep, y'all. This trial gonna be deep. This trial gonna, where is she going?
and I'm at.
We can come more out because today's Sunday. Yeah. It's a lot we got to digest
Detective, can
between
you
now and
read, it
Thursday.
might be easier on the laptop, what the time is in the bottom right corner on the screen right now?
Once it's still covered up. So that time is, and I don't have my glasses, it is January 9th, 2024.
That's what he
I
said.
believe it's
He said
1454.
that's what I'm saying. So how did she go to? Yeah, he did say she was walking.
Around
2:54 p.m. on the
He
9th.
did say she was walking.
And all
And he
these
said,
videos
but he
have
said
that
there go
timestamp.
woo woo.
Correct.
There go my niece walking. And they stopped and picked her up. Took her to
And
the
playing the
shop.
video now from 33 seconds.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this. Was we all looking at the same thing? Was that a one-way street we were
I have
looking
nothing
at?
further, Judge. Thank you.
Hold on now. This is a one-way street, right? Hold on. This appears to be a one-way street. So she walked down the one-way, right? That's why I was going when I was like, okay, well, look, where is she going? I know she's going to meet him, but if this is a one-way street, then we need to go back a little bit before then or after this and see did he come down this street. If not, then we know it's got to be street surveillance at the end of the street where the main intersection is at. It's a main street down there. But at the same time, I see what y'all saying because that's what I'm saying. So she had to walk down there and hit the main street because he said that they were driving down the street and seen her. They pulled over, picked her up. If it was this street, they'd have had to be coming down the one way. They'd have had to be coming down this way. Boom. And I'm sure this ain't the only house with cameras on it. Is this the only house on the street with cameras? But anyway, she gets down to the end of the street. She makes a left or a right. They pull up, get her. Two grown men pull up, get her, take her to the shop. Now, right there, oh, there go my niece right there. I'm finna get my niece. I'm stop getting my niece. But my thing is this. As free as he is with Naziah, and what I mean by this is he brings her around. He not hiding it. He brings her around. You mean to tell me as his business partner, a person that met him working at another place, got cool with him, went into business with him, see these kids all the time. You never seen her before. Is that what your testimony is? You've never seen her before this day. Because I find that hard to believe. And if that's what he's saying, I tell him to his face, he's a two-bit liar. You feel me? See, you two men picked this young girl up and took her apparently to the shop. See, I believe they all involved because now you got the sister saying, oh, well, I'm saying, she said, like, they asked about the jacket. She said, I don't know, it was colorful type stuff, right? But if you zoomed in on her and you paying her attention like you say, anybody could tell you, oh, it was a road rat jacket. It sure was. Shot had road rats on the jacket. You feel me? You got certain things that are just distinctive. But yet and still, she couldn't say anything distinctive about Naziah. She couldn't say, I didn't catch her saying anything distinctive, which would that was why I was like, dang, did anybody else testify to this? But the only other testimony you got is King testimony, who did the same thing the sister did, which was came back later and said, oh yeah, that was Naziah, huh? Can y'all positively, absolutely say that was Naziah y'all saw at that shop? The sister say she wasn't around them kids, but yet still she sat up there and said, let me tell you something. See, that's why you got to pay attention. She sat up there on that stand and said she know about 8 of them. The prosecutor asked her, do you talk to them? She say, I have. I just told you it was 8 of them stayed at that house. She tried to connect just the one she know they can account for. That's the 8 at the house. The 5 he got with Shannon, the 3, the 2 she adopted, and Naziah. That's 8 right there. That's 8 right there. That's why she said up there, I know about 1. And then she got an attitude. She said something. She said, I'm counting. And she said 8. She counted it up right there. They know how to corroborate their story. They take a look. What y'all just learned from Kenneth Copeland? You take a little bit of the truth and you put it with a little bit of the lie and you finesse them. You feel me? So that's what I'm trying to break down, y'all. So when she sat up there and she said that, mind you, this the same one, she hate her brother so bad for what he done that she'll get up there and lie on you to see you go down. That ain't the way you do it. We want to see him go down too. But she want to see him go down so bad, she'll get up there and lie. And that's what she doing. And I ain't trying to cover up for bro and none of that. But I know a liar when I don't say a liar. See, that's why I say, oh, I wanted to see that. What part? What they said when they show them clothes they found. Because that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Now, y'all, I ain't saying that the man ain't guilty of something. I just don't know where she at. I don't know who all, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord, she had, she was trying to goddamn get one. So that's what I'm saying. He really had no reason to unalive her. Because mind you, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm just asking because I can't remember right now. But he wasn't accused of this SA stuff, right? Until after she came up missing, right? Or was they already finna charge him? Because I know the family knew that she was pregnant. What the judge say about what? I gotta listen to her. I started playing earlier, but yeah, she was asking him to get the abortion pill because she said she hadn't had. She said she hadn't. Matter of fact, no. She was asking for the Plan B pill, which people kind of chopped it up and said that maybe she was talking about the an abortion pill because it had been like a month and a half since she had her period. Yeah. So she had been asking for the pill and she was telling him, look, I'm going to end up failing gym because I'm sick and I can't do the stuff that I need to do. So she really was trying to go on and get the pill from him and handle it. So it wouldn't have been no reason for him to unalive it. Mind you, his family already knew what was going on. I don't think he was facing any charges until this happened. I mean, as far as Naziah go and all this stuff hitting the fan, I think it was just the little what he had the firearm charge he was finna go sit down on for about a year or something like that, and boom boom. But And he could have handled, he could have handled that or whatever before we went in there. I don't know what transpired. That's what I'm anxious to know. And I'm pretty sure it's going to come out in trial. But right now, it's so much that has come out that's still registering or still being put together. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, Jesus Christ. Today, she didn't get a chance to get it. That she was trying to get it from him. She was trying to get it. Y'all gotta see. Hold on. Let me finish playing this. But yeah, let's see what they were saying about the video. We got a lot. We got a lot. I get watching so much. I've been on it.
I have nothing further.
I've been on it. Y'all let me know now about y'all want to do that iPhone giveaway now. I ain't.
So in that video, are you familiar with that area that's depicted in the video?
Correct.
Okay. So he said that was a view from the camera on a house viewing Bedford going east. Is that correct?
Bedford runs
You had taken a
south,
plan B
Cornwall
before.
runs east and west.
Oh,
So
my
it's
bad, y'all can't even see. She had taken a
eastbound
plan
down
B
Cornwall,
before.
basically.
Okay. The view, your view is
The view.
is looking towards the east.
Correct.
Okay. And so in Bedford, you said is a north-south street.
Correct.
And so the person walking down Bedford would be going towards the north.
Yes, ma'am. Towards East
Harper?
Warren.
Or is it Warren or is it Harper?
That's Warren.
Warren. Okay.
Well, Warren, then Harper. That's all going in that direction.
Okay.
Watching the video from.
HoneyBook completely changed how I do business. I'm a photographer and independent business. It's a fact. Running your own
So them don't even look like the same clothes to me. But the evidence, which day was that they represented their evidence, y'all? Y'all remember? When they brought their evidence in there. They finna make it shimmy, shimmy. This man going up under the jail. And that's exactly where he should be, right there with his. Is that his mama? That the mama. That ain't his mama, man. Take his mama too. Shit. Take her home, GP. Shit. You had this motherfucker. That's the internet. This the mama.
And where did you find that ID?
Directly across the street from my house.
And was it like a driver's license, school ID, or something else?
School ID, you look like.
And when you found that, was that the first time you had seen it there?
No, I stepped over it for 2.5 weeks before I decided to pick it up.
Okay, and is there a reason after 2.5 weeks of noticing it there that you decided to pick it up?
I just decided to pick it up that day. I was going out shopping. I said, well, let me get it and send it back to whomever it belongs to.
Okay, and when you picked it up, did you read the name on that ID?
Yes.
And what was the name on the ID?
ZiyahHarris.
And did that raise any concerns in your mind?
It sure did.
And what's the reason it raised concerns?
I just heard it on the news before it came out.
You heard her name?
Her name, yes.
And when you picked it up, did you have gloves on or anything like that?
No, no.
And you used your bare hand then?
I took my thumb and flipped it. And when I saw the name, I just put my hands on the outside of it.
And what was the reason you just put your hands on the outside?
I didn't want any disturb any of the prints that were on there.
And when you picked it up, did you place it in anything?
Once I got to the next stop, I was on the bus line. I took it in the gas station and I put it in a lid.
Okay, so let's back up for a second.
What?
You picked it up and then got onto the bus?
Yeah, but I still had it like this.
And,
I never put my fingerprints or any more prints on it.
and for the record, the witness indicated by holding her hands about
Yes.
3 inches apart,
Yes.
her fingers. And when you got to the gas station, did you go to the gas station?
Yes.
And did you tell the people in the gas station about what you found?
Yes, sir. I also told the bus driver what I had found.
And then after you told the gas station people, what happened next?
What you say that for?
I asked them to call the police for me.
And did they?
Yes.
And then did the police come to your location?
Yes.
And after the police got there, what happened next?
They took me back to my house so I could show them exactly where I found the ID at.
And did you show them that?
Yes.
And did you give them the ID as well?
Yes. I gave it to them when they initially pulled up.
She said she hadn't had her period in a month and a half.
I'm approaching with People's Proposed Exhibit 40. Ms. Smith, do you recognize that?
Yes, sir.
And is that the ID that you found?
Yes, sir.
I move to admit People's Proposed 40.
No objection. It'll be a minute.
And permission to publish on the screen.
Yes.
And Ms.
That's
Smith,
the
I don't know if you
neighbor.
can see the screen from where you are. That's the picture I just showed you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And is that the cup or the top of the
That's the lid. I
the
put it in.
lid that you
Yes,
put it
sir.
in? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And on the bottom left, it says grade 8, correct?
Yes.
I have nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Briefly.
I love Monday.com.
What's Monday.com?
You don't know Monday.com? This is Monday.com. It's a platform that helps.
Good afternoon, Ms. Smith.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. You said that you picked up the ID, was it March the 6th? Or I'm sorry, the 7th?
Yes.
Yes. And you said you had been stepping over it for approximately 2 weeks?
2.5 weeks I stepped over.
Okay, so that puts you in February.
When I initially saw it.
When you initially saw it, okay. And you said you had been stepping over it?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that it was actually on the sidewalk?
No, it was in the grass.
In the grass?
Face down.
The grass next to the street?
Yes.
So there's like usually kind of like an easement between like the street and the sidewalk?
Yes.
And there's like a patch of grass there?
Yes.
And is that right in front of the bus stop or?
No, it was a little ways off from the bus stop.
Okay, from the bus stop, between the bus stop and what other landmark would you say?
Nothing else is there.
Nothing else there?
No.
How far to the corner of the block?
St. Martin's. It's not that far.
Okay, so a few steps?
Steps, yes. A few steps.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Can we redirect?
Yes, briefly. Ms. Smith, just a couple of questions for you. Ms. Quick asked you a couple of questions about specifically where you found it. You said it was in a patch of grass next to the sidewalk?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you had been stepping over it for about 2.5 weeks before you gave it to the police department.
Before I decided to pick it up, yes, sir.
The 2.5 weeks that you've been stepping over it at the beginning of that, is that the first time you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
And it could have been there before those 2.5 weeks, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, I think that causes speculation.
I don't think it's a yes or no question, Judge. I don't think that
How
calls
does
for
she know
speculation.
how long it's been there? She can only
Can you
testify.
stand up to the court record?
Yes, Your Honor. My objection is how can she testify to how long it could have been there prior? She can only testify to what she knows, and she testified that she knows it's been there for 2.5 weeks.
Hey, what's up,
Did you
Ava?
see it being placed there on the grass?
I'm sorry.
Did you see it being
No,
placed
ma'am.
on the grass? Oh.
No, ma'am.
So I'm going to sustain objection because she didn't know, but she didn't see it dropped.
Okay. So the first time you noticed it was 2.5 weeks prior to March 7th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you talked to the police officers, did you look at a photo, a Google Street View of your location?
Yes, sir.
And did you indicate on that photo where you found it?
Exactly, yes. They took me, they took me back to my house so I could show them exactly where I found it.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
I'm approaching with what's going to be marked as people's proposed 62. Do you recognize that, ma'am?
Yes.
And is that the photo that you signed and indicated where you found it?
Yes, sir.
At this time, I would move to admit people's proposed 62.
No objection. Will it be admitted?
And permission to publish since I don't have a hard copy right now.
Yes.
And on the screen, is that the photo I just showed you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there's a circle with a line going up from the bottom of the screen there. Is that circle where you indicated you found it?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
I have just a couple questions based on this picture. And then can we leave it up?
Go ahead.
Please.
You found it right, go.
Ms. Smith, so as we look at the picture here, in which direction, left or right, is the bus stop?
To the right.
Okay.
To the right, so closer to the church? Is that or that white building that's in
No, that's a person's house right there.
Okay.
That's the way she was walking, y'all.
It was like, okay, I come out of my driveway and it's like catty corner to the bus stop from my driveway.
Well, the sign is where the bus stop is, right?
Yes, right there.
Okay. And so, okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
Nothing further.
Okay. Ms. Smith, you are done testifying.
Thank you.
Now, you can sell this $5 spatula on Amazon and compete with thousands of other people trying to sell spatulas.
So now, I'm wondering. All right, so look. Okay, so when she left and she walked down that street, okay, what I want to know is, this lady said she walked over the ID for 2.5 weeks, okay? Starting when? Did she lose this ID that day? Did she lose the ID before that day? You see what I'm saying? So, what she did, okay, so she went to school this day. Did she go to school this day? I mean, I know the school bus dropped her off, because y'all answer that for me, because I really don't remember right now. I know that what they said, something about the after school, but the bus driver said that she dropped her back off at where she got on at. So she got on the school bus. I'm assuming the bus driver dropped her off at the school. Well, she said that before this day. Them was in the text messages when she was talking about Jim, right? But the reason why I asked that is because them IDs, I think, don't you need them to get in the school? What I'm trying to figure out is, what day did she lose this ID? Because how this lady just all of a sudden say, oh, I walked over for 2.5 weeks. And then one day I just picked it up. I told the bus driver what I found. Then I told the man at the store what I found, told him to call the police. Why you ain't just go back in the house and call the police? Why you ain't just go back in the house and call the police? You got on the bus with the ID. Then the way she said she picked it up, I flipped it over with my thumb. Who the hell doing that? I'm a criminal and I ain't doing that shit. Man, if I see something on the ground, I'm like, who this is? Pick that motherfucker up. Oh shit, this car, this, you know what I'm saying? Ain't worry about no goddamn fingerprints. I ain't good. Just pick that motherfucker up. What is it? You see, she's Muslim. I flipped it over. Hey, I know it ain't no laughing situation, but what I'm saying is, y'all see these folks that get on the stand shouting. That lady said, you said it was 2 weeks. That lady said, the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. All right. If you like it, I love it. But I'm like, I know something ain't right with this mother, but yep. Somebody help them. That's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff ain't making sense. This lady said she walked over it for 2 weeks. Ain't nobody else see it and pick it up. You walked over it for 2 weeks. How many other people walked past it? Nobody else walked past it for 2 whole weeks and decided. Shout it. If it's something out there on the ground right now for 2 weeks, and people, it's a sidewalk for 2 weeks. Ain't nobody picked this shit up. For 2 weeks, you walk past. You walk past it for 2 weeks, ain't pick it up. I mean, like the third time I would have seen, I'd have been like, man, what is this? Anybody pick this up? What is it? I know that. Pick this up. What is it? The first time I might look. You know what I'm saying? Look, school ID. Oh, it's not. Hold on, wait a minute. They look like that. Oh, hell no. Nah. They look like that girl that's missing. My phone it. Take a picture. Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. I probably wouldn't even call the police because I ain't trying to get involved in it like that. Yeah, it's up there on that stand. But you know what? I didn't know that motherfucker there too. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't know the motherfucker there too. I'm like, oh, now I know who that is. Nope. Not picking that motherfucker up. Nah, that girl they looking for shot right off. Look, hey, I might have said to somebody, they seen that ID, shout that look like shout ID up though. Go look. I'm standing at the other end of the street. That's it. I thought that was that was. You mean? But I ain't picking them motherfucker up. And I ain't calling the police. Now, you find the lady. Let's just go back one more time. Where do you stay? Man. But y'all ain't finna pull one on me, y'all. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. Come on, take a look at this. Come on, take a look at this.
And is that the ID that you found? You use your bare hand then?
I just put it on the news before it came out.
You heard her name?
Her name, yes.
And when you picked it up, did you have gloves on or anything like that?
No.
And you use your bare hand then?
I took my thumb and flipped it. And when I saw the name, I just put my hands on the outside of it.
And what was the reason you just put your hands on the outside?
I didn't want any disturb any of the prints that were on there.
And when you picked it up, did you place it in anything?
Once I got to the next stop, I was on the bus line. I took it in the gas station and I put it in a lid.
Okay, so let's back up for a second. You picked it up and then got onto the bus?
Yeah, but I still had it like this.
And
I never put my fingerprints, any more prints on it.
And for the record, the witness indicated by holding her hands about 3 inches apart.
Yes.
Her fingers. And when you got to the gas station, did you go into the gas station?
Yes.
And did you tell the people in the gas station about what you found?
Yes, sir. I also told the bus driver what I had found.
And then after you told the gas station people, what happened next?
I asked them to call the police for me.
And did they?
Yes.
And then did the police come to your location?
Yes.
And after the police got there, what happened next?
They took me back to my house so I could show them exactly where I found the ID at.
And did you show them that?
Yes.
And did you give them the ID as well?
Yes. I gave it to them when they initially pulled up.
And may I approach her?
Oh no,
I'm approaching with people's proposed exhibit.
And
is that the ID that you found?
Yes, sir.
I move to admit people's proposed 40.
Look, that lady look like she. I ain't gonna. Man, that lady look like she up there geeking, something. I don't know. That lady look like she up there. She.
And Ms. Smith, I don't know if you can see the screen from where you are.
That lady up there going sonic boom, goddamn.
And is that the cup or the top of the?
That's the lid.
The lid that you put it in.
Yes. Sonic boom.
And on the bottom left, it says grade 8, correct?
What kind of bowl did she smoke out of?
I have nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Briefly.
Look, that lady said.
Good afternoon, Ms. Smith. Hi, how are you? Fine, thank you. You said that you You picked up the ID, was it March the 6th? Or I'm sorry, the 7th?
Yes.
Yes. And you said you had been stepping over it for approximately 2 weeks?
2.5 weeks I stepped over it.
Okay, so that puts you in February.
When I initially saw it.
When you initially saw it, okay. And you said you had been stepping over it?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that it was actually on the sidewalk?
No, it was in the grass.
In the grass?
Face down.
The grass next to the street?
Yes.
So there's like an, usually kind of like an easement between like the street and the sidewalk?
Yes.
And there's like a patch of grass there?
Yes.
And is that right in front of the bus stop or?
No, it was a little ways off from the bus stop.
Okay, from the bus stop, between the bus stop and what other landmark?
Hey, I'm sorry.
Nothing else is there.
You still
Nothing
get
else
type
there.
of people
How
that
far
you
is
to
the
see in
corner
trials, so.
of the block?
St. Martin's. It's not that far.
Okay, so a few steps?
Steps, yes. A few steps.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
That's all I have.
man.
Thank you.
Man, that lady up there, man, they got that dope king of her. Hey, look at her. She need a cigarette. Promise y'all, she got all that stand smoke. That was a cigarette. Dang.
Ms. Smith, just a couple of questions for you.
That's not
Ms. Quick asked you a couple of questions about specifically where you found it. You said it was in a patch of grass next to the sidewalk?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you had been stepping over it for about 2.5 weeks before you gave it to the police department.
Before I decided to pick it up. Yes, sir.
The 2.5 weeks that you've been stepping over it at the beginning of that, is that the first time you noticed it?
Yes, sir.
And it could have been there before those 2.5 weeks, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, I think that causes speculation.
I don't think it's a yes
Oh,
or
you
no
just
question,
said.
because I don't
Could
think
have been there before then.
calls for
She knows
speculation.
how long it's been there. She can only
Can you
testify.
stand up to the corporate?
Yes, Your Honor.
My objection is how can she testify to how long it could have been there prior? She can only testify to what she knows, and she testified that she knows it's been there for 2.5 weeks.
Did you see it being placed there on the grass?
I'm sorry?
Did you see it being
No,
placed on
ma'am.
the grass? Oh.
No, ma'am.
So I'm going to sustain objection, because she wouldn't know, but she didn't see it dropped.
Okay. So the first time you noticed it was 2.5 weeks prior to March 7th?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you talked to the police officers, did you look at a photo, a Google Street View of your location?
Yes, sir.
And did you indicate on that photo where you found it?
Exactly, yes. They
Where-
took me, they took me back to my house so I could show them exactly where I found it.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
I'm approaching with what's going to be marked as People's Proposed 62. Do you recognize that, ma'am?
Yes.
And is that the photo that you signed and indicated where you found it?
Yes, sir.
At this time, I would move to admit People's Proposed 62
No objection.
Would it be admitted?
and permission to publish since I don't have a hard copy right now.
Yes.
And on the screen, is that the photo I just showed you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there's a circle with a line
I found
going
it.
up from the bottom of the screen there. Is that circle where you indicated you found it?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
I have just a couple questions based on this picture.
You know, she found that shit down the street. I think she was walking to the bus stop, she said.
Ms.
Yeah,
Smith,
though,
so
she-
as we
I
look at
keep
the
telling you I
picture
didn't let her
here,
smoke dope, man.
in
That
which
lady out there was-
direction,
look at
left
the
or
shit
right,
in
is
red.
the bus stop?
To the right.
To the right, so closer to the church?
Yeah, I
Is
know
that-
how
Or
those
that white
ladies-
building that's in the?
No, that's a person's house right there.
Okay,
It was like, okay, I come out of my driveway and it's like catty corner to the bus stop from my driveway.
well, the sign is where the bus stop is, right?
Yes, right there.
Okay, and so, okay, that's all I have, thank you.
Nothing further.
Okay, Ms. Smith, you are done testifying.
Thank you.
Okay, y'all. So, yeah, getting back on track with it, right? Yeah, that lady out there looking for shit on the ground. She out there looking about ID. She probably had that ID for goddamn 2 weeks. Fucked around, somebody seen her with it. She was like, oh, I didn't know that's who that is. That girl that was missing. Yeah, what the fuck you doing about ID? What the hell you doing with the missing girl school ID? Call the police. I'm finna call them. I'm finna wait right here. Wait your ass right here. I'm trying to run out this store. That's why the police came and took you back there. Where you get this from? She geeking talk to the police. All right, y'all see how this keep getting weirder and weirder. Now this lady, I ain't watched this for. Out of all the people in the world, this is the last person you want to find anything that belongs to you. She probably tried to go to school with this girl shit. She out down at school. Man, she done got so geeked up, she tried to go to school, y'all. They ought to lock her ass up too, y'all. Put your hand behind your back, tell her how you got this girl ID. You ain't see this girl walking down the street that day? You ain't never seen her? Have you ever seen her? Trying to tell y'all, but I got more questions than answers. Lord Jesus, every time we take one step forward, we get knocked 10 steps back. Ain't no way. First of all, ain't no way this lady ain't on drugs. I'm sorry. I don't know her personally, but I know people that use drugs. Ma'am, you a crackhead, ma'am. Allegedly. But let's keep on moving. Yeah, so and man, this lady said she flipped it over with her thumb and picked it up around the corner. The man said, why you do that? She said, cause I didn't want it to Hey, it ain't funny, y'all, but God, she said, I didn't want to disturb the what she said, the fingerprints. Hey man, who the hell told you to say that? Spell disturb. Spell disturb. What the fuck you talking about? I didn't want to disturb. Listen to me, y'all. This lady said, I'm just asking. I would never say that this lady is a lying dope thing. I'm trying to find out. When she got on the bus, first of all, she said she God, I'm sorry. She said she told the bus driver too. She said she told the man at the store to call the police. She said, I told the bus driver too. But the bus driver put her ass off the bus. You got to get your ass off here. I'm either here or the police station. She done got in there and tried to use the girl school card. You feel me? On the bus. But my point is, if you pick it up, where my card is at? Hold on now, you telling me. I got a card right here, right? I done got down. I done flipped them on over with my thumb, right? And I done picked it up like this. Yeah, I done picked it up like this, right? I got them in my hand like this, right? I ain't trying to get no fingerprints on this motherfucker. I ain't trying to get no fingerprints on this ID I done found. You know what? I know this ain't right. I need to put that motherfucker back down. But anyway, my stupid ass, I got it. And I'm finna get on the bus with it. So now I got to pay to get on the bus. I'm still holding this in my hand. Hey, look, I'm talking to the bus driver and shit. Hey, look what I found. Where you get that from? Out there on the ground? Who ground? Who ground? You need to put that back on the ground. Now, you still trying to pay for your bus. So now you got to pay. Mind you got bags. Everybody know them old ladies be getting on the bus with 100 bags. So now you got this card. You paying for the bus. You got all these bags you on the bus. You tell the bus driver you got the card. You get off the bus, go in the store. You go in the store and put it in a lid. What the fuck is a lid? What the fuck is a lid? What the fuck you talking about? A lid? 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 Where the hell you get that from? The man at the store gave you a lid to put in the thing. Oh, okay. So now you put this in the lid and call the police. Yeah, like you found a finger or something. Now, was the finger still attached to that? You put it in the lid. Now, the police come. So you give them this card. And I'm just representing. Gave me the card in the lid. Here you go, police officer. I found this. Where you find this at? Over there by my house, but it ain't at my house, but down the street from my house. Yeah, I walked over for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Come show up where you found this at. I'm just saying. It was raining that day. So, I mean, I believe a lot of people commit crimes in the rain because it wash away the evidence is what they say in the street. But it was raining. So for 2 weeks, I'm sure it rained. Niggas ain't cut the grass. Y'all ain't cut the grass? You mean to tell me for 2 weeks, ain't nobody come over? It ain't nobody cut that grass right there. That's a nasty ass street, man. You done got that girl ID, ain't nobody cut the grass. You done held it for however long till somebody done told you that you walking around. You told, I heard it on the news. You didn't see them when they was out there with the flyers. All right. Okay. I see. Everybody failed. So even the lady who found your IDs a failure. The bus driver, man, please. Please. But I found it. I found it. She should have left the damn, she should have left it on the ground, man. Leave that shit on the ground. Leave stuff alone. She the type of person need to leave stuff alone. Because if you found that ID card, you might have found her purse. Where the purse at? Hello? Oh! Where the purse at? Where the purse? Where that wallet? Where that $20? How you get on the bus? You ain't have no damn bus, fella. Where that wallet at? Huh? Come on, Auntie. Come on with that wallet, Auntie. You see why we got to pay attention to what's going on. But anyway, it ain't making sense. No, you found that. You ain't just find no school ID. You ain't find little $20. And always a little 5 or 10, 15, 20. Man, she going to see her. Man, she crazy.
And appears and is positive. If not, then it's negative.
Wait a minute, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. I got another question. So that means it's a bus stop right there. So so I can see that. He picks her up. Well, dang, she went at the bus stop though. So she was still walking, but it's a bus stop right there. This lady obviously catches the bus. Normally when you catch the bus around the same time. You going to work, you getting off of work, you gonna go to. So if you catch the bus like that, you feel me? You know what time the bus come. You know I'm gonna stick to a bus schedule. So has she rode the bus with this young lady before? Has she seen this young lady with this man and wasn't concerned? Because if Naziyah walked down that sidewalk and her ID is right there, apparently she could have dropped it. Because y'all ain't see no foul play. You ain't see nobody come along and throw it out the window. Because normally they would have threw the whole purse out the window, the whole little bag out the window, whatever. Y'all ain't see nobody do that. Y'all ain't see nobody throw her out there. You find the ID. He said they drove. I forgot where he said they drove to pick up the parts. He said I forgot where he said. I forgot where he said they drove to. But look, now let's check out the evidence that they said they found. I think this is like talk about the clothes. I think she near that shop or by that Hotel.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance.
But
No, thank you. I got
it. He had a whole month to move her body. He had a whole month. This happened January 9th. He can go to jail to February 7th.
Approaching with what's already been admitted as People's 41. And Ms. Green, do you recognize the document I just handed you?
He got a car. I think he got his car was the Escalade that they were riding around in, the pearl white Escalade, I think he said.
Yes.
And is that a report that you authored that was relevant in this case?
Yes.
And first, what record number are you looking at there in your report?
This is record 7.
And what is the lab number associated with that?
MD 24-691.
And permission to publish exhibit 41.
Yes.
And on the screen there, are you able to see that from your seat?
Yes.
And is that the same document that you're holding in your hand that's on the screen?
That is the same document, yes.
Okay. And just talking about the information on the top of that document right now, what goes in where under laboratory report? What is entered into that portion of the document?
So under the laboratory report section, we have the number, the investigating officer for the case, and their agency number, the record number, date received, time received, and the date completed.
Oh, and moving down to evidence reviewed, can you talk about what is listed in that section of these reports?
The evidence received section?
Yeah.
Yes. So these are the containers that I received under this record number for this submission.
And when you say container, what do you mean by that?
The container numbers on the left side there, can you hear me okay when I turn this way? Okay.
Yeah.
The container numbers on the left are the container numbers that are given to the item when it's submitted into our laboratory.
And are those numbers, the container numbers, assigned by the law enforcement agency that submitted it or by the MSP lab yourself?
The container numbers are assigned by us, and when it's entered into our system, it gives it a sequential number.
And in terms of the agency number, though, is that also included in the evidence review?
The agency number is what the item numbers that the agency gives in their internal system, but we include it in our description.
And for container number 5, first, what was in container number 5?
Container number 5 is the black hoodie, sweatshirt style.
And what agency number was included for that submission?
Number 85.
And then in container number 6, what was in container number 6, the physical piece of evidence?
Was a pink bodysuit.
And what agency number was that associated with from Detroit Police Department?
Number 86.
Okay. And we're going to talk mainly about those two, but I do want to go through your interpretations. First, can we talk about what goes into the interpretations section of your report?
So in the interpretation section, this is where we report out our results for our body fluid testing.
Okay, and you talked about blood.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do a blood test on the first item that we're looking at here, the black hoodie?
Yes.
And did you also test for semen as well?
Yes.
And starting with the test for semen, what is that test called?
The test that I did was the acid phosphatase test.
And was there any, what was the result of that test?
It was negative.
Did not indicate the presence of semen on that black hoodie?
Correct.
And then moving down now to your next test here, what was the result? First, what was the next test that you did for?
The next test after this one that I did would be the phenol test. The way that it's listed here is not necessarily the order of the testing that I did. Is how, for some reason, that's how our system, our reports generate the report. So, but the next test I would have done on this would have been the pheno or phenolphthalein test.
And is that a blood, you described that as a blood test, correct?
Yes, presumptive blood test.
And for the pheno test, what was your result of that test?
So there were areas that were not phenopositive and there were areas that were phenopositive.
And can you talk about that a little bit more when you say areas that were?
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years, that was not your fault. You could have money coming.
Positive and not positive.
Sure. So I selected several areas on the entire surface of the hoodie, from the hood all the way to the sleeves, front and back, to test for the possible presence of blood. And I tested numerous stains. Not all of those stains were positive, meaning they didn't all exhibit a color change.
Okay. But some of them did?
Some of them did.
If you know how many did and how many didn't?
I wouldn't know.
With looking at photos of that, be able to help you answer that question?
Looking at photos, yes, it was a lot.
Okay, we will come back to that.
Okay.
We got a question again. Where is the
Going
course
down to
pad on?
After the pheno
Who
test,
goes
what
to
was the next test that you did?
On the hoodie, it would actually be, yes.
Let's just go down the list of the tests, if that's okay,
Yep.
as they're listed on here. So after the acid phosphate test, what's the next one there?
The next one will be the hemotrace test, which I did on the stains that were phenopositive. I decided to follow those up with hemotrace to test for the possible presence of human blood.
Okay. And pheno test doesn't differentiate between human and animal blood, correct?
No.
That's what the hemotrace is for.
The hemotrace will tell us, yes.
All right. And what was the result of the hemotrace test on the areas that were positive on the pheno test?
So I tested 5 areas with hemotrace, 5 of the phenopositive stains. And 3 of the stains on this hoodie were hemotrace positive.
Now, the next listed one is the hemostasis test, correct? And what was that test for? What was the reason you administered that test?
I did that one on the stains that were not as obvious. Sometimes you might get a weak phenopause, which is basically a very faint pink. And to kind of supplement the positive result to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing, I followed up with the hemosticks because sometimes it's easier to see. The hemosticks has a yellow pad and it changes to like a deep blue when you apply the sample to it. So that's what I followed up.
As it's listed here, the hemosticks test was positive, correct?
For the ones that I tested, yes.
For the ones that you tested, which, to be clear for the record, was not all of them.
Correct.
And you said that you tested the weak positives from the pheno?
Yes.
And did you only test weak positives from the pheno test?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, yes.
All right. Now, going down to the next page on record number 7 here, there's a line there at the top of the page. Can you read that line and tell us what it means? Or the paragraph at the top of it?
Where it starts indicated?
Yeah.
Okay. So indicated the presence of human blood. Additional areas on this item were tested that did not indicate the presence of blood and or human blood. Additional areas on this item were tested that indicated the possible presence of blood.
And what does that mean and why did you include that in the report? Or why is that included in the report?
That sums up the results from page 1 for the hemotrace, hemosticks, and pheno. The first sentence indicated the presence of human blood applies to the hemotrace positive. Additional areas on this item were tested that did not indicate the presence of blood and or human blood. That was for the hemotrace, the ones that were not positive with hemotrace. Additional areas on this item were tested that indicated the possible presence of blood were for the pheno tested stains.
And in terms of after you conducted your test on the black hoodie or your tests on the black hoodie, did you do anything to preserve more swabs for further testing by a DNA analysis?
After I did my testing, I went back and I selected 2 stains to send forward to DNA. So I swabbed those areas with 2 sterile swabs. and cut those. Once they were dry, you have to wet the swab first. Of course, swab the stain, let it dry, and then the swabs were cut and tubed and sent forward to our DNA lab.
And what was the reason you didn't use the same swabs that you had already taken and tested with the pheno and hemostix and hemotrace?
So with the hoodie swabs that I sent forward, there was enough of the stain there to where I wasn't concerned really with total consumption of that stain. So I didn't use the tested swab. I used fresh swabs to swab that stain.
And after you send those forward for analysis by another technician, are those individual swabs that you send forward given an identifying number to keep track of them in your chain of custody system?
Yes.
Okay. May I approach Judge?
Yes.
I'm approaching with what's already been admitted as record number, or as admitted as 25, which is record number 8, testified to by Erica Anderson. Just looking at that report, Ms. Green, are your swabs that you sent forward listed on record number 8?
Yes, they are.
Just as it.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at that.
You made a great video, but what if no one watches it? Too few.
Relates to item number or container number 5.
Yes.
And can you read the agent or the container number associated with the swabs you sent forward for item number 5 off of record number 8?
Okay. The container number or the item number?
Both.
Okay. The item number on here for item 5 would be MD 24-691-5 capital A lower D. Another set of swabs sent forward is MD 24-691-5 capital B lower D, and MD 24-691-5 capital C lower D.
And the first two ending in AD and BD are listed as black hoodie stain swabs, correct?
Correct.
And then CD is listed as a black hoodie swab?
Correct.
And what's the difference between those two things where you have stain swab and then just swab?
The AD and BD that are referred to as black hoodie stain swabs were swabs of the actual staining that I tested in that test, the pheno test and hemotrace. The 5 CD, which just says black hoodie swabs, are for wearer ID. That will be swabbing with 2 sterile wet swabs, the neck area, anywhere that would contact where the wearer of the potential wearer of the garment may have contacted, like the neck or sleeve cuffs. Yeah.
And those are the swab. Just swab that you sent forward was to identify who was likely wearing that sweater, correct?
Correct.
And then the stain swabs, were those swabs from areas that were tested positive for the pheno test and the hemotrace test?
Correct.
Oh. Now, going back to the exhibit that's on the screen, you did a test for a pink bodysuit as well, correct?
Yes.
And can you tell us the first test that's listed in your report and what that means?
The first test for the pink bodysuit, item 6, is acid phosphatase again.
And that's for semen, correct?
Correct.
And what was the result of that test?
Negative.
And then going down to the next test, I believe it's the pheno test. What was the result of the pheno test on the pink bodysuit?
There were areas that were negative for pheno, and then there was an area that was positive.
Okay. And did you do any further testing on the area that was positive?
This one, I did not do any further testing on the positive area. I just swabbed that and I sent that forward.
And what was the reason you didn't go further into the hemotrace or hemostix test?
Because it was such a small area, I was worried about sample consumption in my testing. And so I just sent, in this case, I did send the tested swab as well as an additional sterile swab of that same area.
And just to get that out of the way, are those listed on record number 8 that you have as well?
Yes, they are.
And which ones are listed there?
The pink bodysuit stain swabs will be MD 24-691-6 capital A lower D. And the pink bodysuit swabs will be MD 24-691-6 capital B lower D.
And those were sent forward for further analysis by someone else, correct?
Correct.
Going back, sorry, the regular swab, not the stain swab for item or container 6 that you sent forward, that was the same thing as the wearer ID that you talked about earlier?
For the wearer ID, it was the same process as the hoodie. I used 2 sterile swabs, swabbed the neck area, and because it was like a sleeveless item, I swabbed around where the arms would be in constant contact and the ankle cuffs. I think I said all the neck area as well, the collar area.
And going down a little bit more quickly to item 7 now. First, what was that item that you processed?
Item 7 was a blood card that was submitted as a reference sample for ZiyahHarris.
Okay, and what did you do with that swab in terms of processing and passing it, or sending it forward for further testing?
So no testing was done on this as it is a known sample. It was a blood card, so I cut a portion of one of the blood circles on there and sent it forward to DNA.
Right, thank you.
Mhm.
And may I approach us to retrieve those exhibits?
Yes.
And in terms of those 2 items, the pink bodysuit and the black hoodie, did you take photos of your testing as it proceeded?
Yes.
And did you provide those to the OIC of this case as well as the prosecutor's office?
They were provided, not by me.
Okay. And referencing the pink bodysuit specifically, the photos you took, do those fairly and accurately depict what you were doing and what you saw as your testing proceeded?
Yes, I take pictures before, as I receive the item fresh out of the package. I lay it out to get a full picture of the item, and I take photos after I mark it up with like my testing results and at the end.
And that's all put into a PowerPoint, correct?
Correct.
And that PowerPoint would fairly and accurately depict your observations as you move forward in testing?
Yes.
I would at this time move to admit people's proposed 64, the PowerPoint for the pink bodysuit.
No objection. It'll be a minute. People 64.
And permission to publish.
Yes.
And just on the first slide here, first photo, is this just a cover sheet for the item that you did?
Yes.
Okay.
File free in the app by 2/18. When you switch to TurboTax, do it yourself.
I want an app.
Going to the second slide or second photo, can you just tell us what we're looking at here on this slide?
So this slide in particular, I take pictures of the front and back of the exterior. If it's a clothing item, front and back of the exterior, and in this case, front and back of the interior, which is on a further slide. But this here, the top left picture, is the front exterior as if it was worn. So that would be, if you were looking at the person wearing it, that would be the front. And the bottom right picture is a close-up of the top half.
And if we could go to slide 10. And we're looking at the 10th slide, starting with the top left. Can you tell us what we're looking at there and what is listed underneath that top left photo?
The top left is the front exterior again, as if worn, and this was after testing, after pheno testing. And the one on the bottom right is a closer look at the top portion, I guess from like shoulder to torso of the garment.
And you have some words included on the top right indicating that there was pheno negative testing on this portion of it.
Yes, that was the key to, so when the viewers such as yourself would look at this photo and see the pH-N, that's our way of saying this was a negative stain and keeping track of the stains that I did test. So the PHN means phenol neg.
Okay. And can we go to slide 20? Sorry, one back. And I want to focus on the bottom right photo here. What are we looking at in the bottom right of the 19th slide in the PowerPoint?
The bottom right photo is where the positive phenol stain was located. This would be the interior back portion of the item. So like inside here, I don't know if you can see, but like it will be interior inside I flipped it inside out to test those stains.
Okay, so what we're looking at here in the bottom right, that's inside out. So that's why we can see what would be the tag.
The tag, correct. Yes.
And now could we go to slide 20? And this says on here, PH-POS, does that stand for positive?
Positive, yes.
Okay. And so that area on the inside of if it was inside out, that area tested positive for the possible presence of blood.
Correct.
Okay. And did you do the same sort of PowerPoint for the black hoodie that we tested or that we talked about earlier as well?
Yes, I did.
And do those pictures that you took, were they put into a PowerPoint similar to this one?
Yes.
And do those pictures in the PowerPoint fairly and accurately depict your observations as your testing move forward of the black hoodie?
Yes.
Move to admit people's proposed People's proposed 44, so we got a little mixed up with the numbers.
No objection.
It'll be a minute.
And permission to publish. And looking at the first slide of 44 that's on the screen, can you tell us this is just the same cover page?
Correct.
And going to the second slide here, what are we looking at here in this photo?
This will be the front of the black hoodie if worn.
And this is this before any testing had been done?
Yes.
I want to go forward to slide 7. And what are we looking at here on slide 7 of this PowerPoint exhibit?
This is the hood area of the external portion, the external hood portion of the hoodie. I was trying to get accurate angles. That's why so many pictures, but.
Okay. And is this again just standard overview before any testing had been done?
Yes.
And if we can go to slide 8. And what are we looking at here?
This is the interior portion that would be in contact. Like if you pulled the hood over your head, it would be the area up here.
So you're looking at the inside of the hood that would touch the person's head that bore
yes.
it. Yeah. And slide 9. What in this photo are we looking at here, and has any testing been done at this point?
This is after testing. This is back to the front of the hoodie. Plus obviously the sleeves. This is after ALS screening, which is alternate light source, which is used for screening for body fluids such as semen and saliva. I ALS the hoodie, and I marked those areas that had a fluorescence to them with a silver Sharpie, so I could further test after done screening. And IR, which is the infrared, is similar to, it's also an alternate light source, but it's more so for blood on dark items where the dark fabric would become lighter. And if there's blood or possible blood present, it would appear darker. Anything that I saw, I marked with a yellow paint pen with IR next to it so I can distinguish between the ALS samples, the ALS areas that I saw and the IR areas that I saw.
Okay, and we see a lot of markings on the front of this hoodie.
Yes.
Are you able to tell us, and I know you said the color, but what portion of this is the IR versus the ALS? And it may be easier for you to step down a little bit.
So the ones that I observed with IR, I actually wrote IR next to them. I don't know if that's visible on there, given how small the picture is, but other photos, I took pictures of certain areas. Yeah.
And if we could just go to the next, or if you could zoom in.
Now, you can sell this $5 spatula on Amazon and compete with thousands of other people trying to sell spatulas.
And so, for example, that on the front, as we're looking at it, left side of the zipper, that's where IR illuminated?
Correct, where there's like where the icon, the hand, oh, it moved. Right there, and there's an arrow pointing to that large area, like those were areas that dropped out under IR, so I put IR next to it so I'll know what to follow up and how to follow up.
And that IR is to indicate blood, correct? It's not a test for blood, but it's
a screening tool used to locate dark stains that may be possible blood.
Okay. And if we could go to slide 20. And this is a closer view. Is this after you've done any other testing other than the light screens?
Yes.
Okay, what testing was done at this point based on this photo?
This is after the pheno testing was done. This particular picture is reflecting a phenopositive area. And it was also screened with IR. As you can see right over the swabs there, it says IR. And that's what led me to follow up with pheno, was because I saw it under IR and it was phenopositive.
And where is this, if you're able to say, on that hoodie?
So this would be, if I was wearing it, it would be in this area, the upper shoulder, bicep area. Yes.
For the record, the witness indicated to her right upper shoulder. Yeah, right. Yeah. You said shoulder. Are you saying that this picture was taken from the right shoulder area of the hoodie?
Correct. Like I had to move the sleeve a little bit to get it in the picture with the ruler and the swabs. And it's like this area here.
Okay.
I call it the shoulder area.
Next slide. We're going to look at slide 21. And again, can you tell us what we're looking at here? Then I'm going to ask you a couple follow-up questions.
So this is another phenopositive stain. This one is located on the rear of the sweatshirt.
All right. Look, I'm gonna go back into the other interview. Hold on. You pull up in 1 second. Hold on, pull up in 1 second. But I just want to show y'all something real quick. So I think this is what I was telling y'all. This stuff, man. This stuff is deep. It's deep, y'all. God, this stuff done hit the fan on these folk, man. And it's like, now look. Dang, I wish I could make it bigger. But that's her in the jacket right there. This is her in the jacket that she was wearing when she walked by. She ain't got all them other clothes and stuff with her. Now, I'm not saying she changed clothes. I'm not saying she didn't change clothes. But this is the Rugrats jacket right here I'm talking about. Okay? Now, they saying that now from what I'm hearing and stuff, because I'm trying to keep up with the info. So they saying that Shannon is supposed to be pregnant right now, allegedly. She pregnant right now. Oh no, wait a minute. That don't make no damn. Oh. Who they said Buddy was messing with? Then they say King was messing with a friend or somebody. But look. Let me stay on track, man, because it's all over the place, y'all. But look, hold on. Oh, I was gonna goddamn play this other. I want to go back. Buddy got some information in his stuff. All this is good and everything, but I want to hear what these folks talking about for real. Hold on. Cause they telling this shit to Buddy, right? But I think it was this one. I think this is the lady. I think they're one of the baby mamas right here. They're one of the baby mamas, y'all. I don't know. I'm trying to find a play for y'all where Shannon really be throwing herself under the bus.
We did not. The extended family did not.
So I mean, you know.
I pray to God every day.
Now, so, like, did she ever have a history of running away, leaving the house?
No, she never ran away
for a period of time.
No, she never ran away, never went nowhere. Like my mom, yeah, she is strict. My mom's run a tight ship, 10 by 10. You in school, you do what you're supposed to do, you come home. And then you get ready for the next day. Yes, I want my niece to.
I can agree with you, wanting her to come home safe. It's just so many loops and
then she come home.
His background was sex offender involving a child, right? And you still made the decision to talk to him?
One, I was 19, and two, if society can give you a second chance, why can't someone else give you a second chance as well?
I can dig it. Now now somebody told me that he had got married recently. Do you know something about that? I don't know if it was last year or something. He was supposed to bought a chick a ring or got married or something. Because then you said you had a 1-year-old by him, or that's your youngest baby is by him, right?
All my children is by him.
So did he get, because I'm just getting what I'm told, right? Did he get married recently or sometime recently?
Pardon?
I said, did he get married like recently, sometime like within the last couple of years or something, or before your last baby was born?
Jarvis is not married.
Oh, okay. I was just, like I said, because there's so much mess, like I said, going back and forth. I'm hearing that, like, I don't know, he was with you and cheated on you, got married and had another baby by somebody else, and then got you pregnant again. So I'm just trying to clarify to see exactly what type of person he is, or what type of person we talking about right here. What did you say?
And all these questions is irrelevant besides just trying to find my niece.
Okay. Well, I guess what you just wanted to call in to clear up what Roxy was talking about?
No, if you have any questions for me.
I mean, I kind of asked you just one, and you said it was irrelevant. So I mean, But I don't want to. And like I said, I know this is a whole emotional thing. I mean, it's emotional for all of us, and I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you by no means. But I'm questioning everybody like I have the questions that I've had listening to the story.
You're right, but at the end of the day, the questions that you're asking is irrelevant to finding my niece.
Okay, so I mean, well, let me ask you this. Okay, well, let me ask you this then. I'll just like I asked everybody else. If you could give a shot in the dark.
Now this is Shannon, now the auntie.
What do you think happened? What do you think the situation is?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. So I can't answer anything that I don't know because I don't know. I don't have the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I know nobody has a definite answer. I'm just saying, like, in your heart, what do you think happened? I mean, because you know her. I mean, I don't know. Did they say you were the last one that seen her that day or whatnot? I mean, you know her, so I mean, you know her friends, people that she hang with, what she do on the regular. You said you know her regular routine, so I mean,
yeah, her regular routine is you go to school, she stay for after school, and then she come home. That's her daily routine. She go to school, come home, or any extracurricular activities. Then she stay at school. But other than that, she comes home. That's it.
All right, and I mean, you ain't got no kind of fear. I mean, everybody else that I ask is some type of conclusion of what they thought may have happened, but you ain't got nothing, huh?
I don't want to think that way, that something happened to my niece, because I don't want to put that in my mind.
I don't mean conclusion as in end. I mean as far as a scenario in where she's somewhere where y'all can't find her right now.
Yeah, she definitely guilty.
I guess some type of she had friends. I'll just say it like that.
All I know is her friends is just saying, and that's I'm just going based on what her friends saying, that she ran away. She told her kids. She told her friends that she was leaving. She was saying goodbye. She was happy, and that's it. And that's it. Like that's it. We asked her friends. We asked people. We asked everyone. We don't know. We don't know. And that's what we are trying to figure out. Where is she at? Because I don't know. She could be inside this neighborhood and I don't know. And we've been looking every day. Every day. They don't think that this is in the pit of my stomach of not knowing who my niece is. She's 13. I pray to God every day.
Did she ever have a history of running away, leaving the house?
No, never ran away
for a period of time.
No, she never ran away, never went nowhere. Like my mom, yeah, she is strict. My mom's run a tight ship, 10 by 10. You in school, you do what you're supposed to do, you come home. And then you get ready for the next day. Yes, I want my niece to.
I can agree with you, on wanting her to come home safe. It's just so many loops and turnstiles to this story. It's just
the fuck she at. He know. And if she did run away, it's because she. Why is he even around kids? And regardless if they his kids or not, if he's on the registry,
you in school, you do what you're supposed to do, you come home. and then you get ready for the next day. Yes, I want my niece to.
I can agree with you, on,
And they still didn't go to the police. They went to the school.
Loops and turnstiles to this story is just, I just don't know what to say. But I mean, if it's anything else that you want anybody else to know about this whole situation, you got the floor, Shannon.
Well, that's the thing. What the police know and what the news know is what we know, and that's it. We don't know anything. We don't. If the police ask me today to give up my phone, I will willingly.
Now, do you know a sister by the name of Tamara Liberty Smith?
Tamara Liberty Smith.
She's the police commissioner in District 1, I believe.
No.
You don't know Tamara Liberty? Well, she said that she spoke with you and your mother, and she said that y'all said, okay, well, we're not gonna lie, that she has left before.
No, we never talked to anyone besides the police. That's it.
Okay. All right, I'm just reading some of the comments. But all right, like at the end of the day, like I said, I hope she found safe. I hope we bring her home, and I hope this situation raised enough awareness around the city for people to hold people in their family accountable and give them the consequence of the doubt as opposed to the benefit. We're gonna clear this line up, all right, sister?
All right.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get back to the call-in line real quick. So let me see. All right, let me see what this is. What's going on, caller? Who's this? Where you calling from?
Yeah, he wasn't on.
Listen, I ain't gonna keep calling back. I'm sorry. This is Nita from Michigan again. I got to say, I got to come in again. So listen.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, you said it's not on you what your baby daddy did to your niece. Girl, you knew he was a pedophile. Why is he even around kids? And regardless if they his kids or not, if he's on the registry, that ninja ain't supposed to be around no kids. Period, point blank. That's a violation. Then you don't sound concerned. You sound mad that you're being exposed. Yeah, Nevaeh is missing. And it's really sad that you'd rather say, excuse my language, dick, rather than find your niece. Tell on your baby daddy. Because in this case, you can get in serious trouble as well in case you didn't know that. Because for one, again, you got kids by him. You say I was 19 and I wanted to give him a chance. Girl, when I tell you my 5-year-old smarter than that, we learned about pedophiles way before 19. You just felt like, oh, this nigga loves me, had kids by him, not knowing he a pedophile. Pedophile now, meaning he has sex with kids, molest kids. So I feel like if he did it to your niece, did he do it to his own fucking kids? Because clearly you're covering up for him. And I ain't, listen, I'm a blunt motherfucker, so I'm going to speak my piece. You sound delusional. You sound mental. You making excuses for this nigga. It's giving desperate. You're trying to save him instead of giving his ass up. You in denial because clearly you're protecting him. Listen to what the fuck you saying. They need to polygraph your ass. Yeah, you talking about something they can take your phone? Nigga, you probably got a new phone. At the end of the day, you're lying. You're being very careful with how you're wording shit. Then you sitting up here saying that what you're asking me is irrelevant. Dummy, these questions that's being asked could possibly lead to your niece return. Like you're being too careful, and after doing the
going on. Come on, I mean,
really thinking, and you know, we gotta dig deep into
any type of work, any.
HoneyBook completely changed how I do business. I'm a photographer and independent business. It's a fact. Running your own business.
Who's handling this witness, Mr. Riggins or Mr.
And so on a separate vehicle, you were given some, well, I looks like maybe you were given actual door handles to swab. Does that seem correct?
I didn't receive any door handles. I received swabs of
a door
certain
handle.
parts of vehicles, yes.
Okay, and that was from a vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, and you tested that for blood, correct?
Correct.
And you used the phenolphthalein test?
Correct.
And also it looks like you did the hemostix test on that?
Correct.
And both were negative?
Both were negative, yes.
Okay. You were also given some swabs from a trunk speaker?
Yes.
And you did the same 2 tests on that, correct?
Yes.
And those were also negative for blood?
Yes.
And then it looks like you had another trunk door frame swab?
Yes.
And were you just given a swab, or you weren't given like the door yourself?
Correct.
Okay. And you tested that with both the hemostix and the phenolphthalein?
Correct.
From her mama's house. So it runs deep, unfortunately. Okay. I thought y'all would want to see this because I think if you're going to watch the preliminary exam,
by 3:10. So she should have been home between 3 and 3.
could have even been more than 20.
That they didn't realize she was missing until around 6 o'clock.
And that's when was the police called? Did the mother, the guardian notify the police?
No, all the information we received is that they claimed that they went to look for her, but no neighbors on that block. We went and asked when we passed out flyers. The neighbors on that block said they didn't even know a little girl was missing, especially not the little girl from that house because they were familiar with that house.
Right. They were familiar with the house.
Yeah.
Were there any other
that's
children,
the house
young
where
children, older
that's the house
children
where all
in the
them
house?
kids live. That it's one of those houses, you know, the house on the block where all the kids live. Okay. Even though it sounds like they were all family, but that's the house where all them kids live. They said sometime there could be 11 kids living up in that house.
That you know of?
Multiple children frequent that household and live in that household. At least, let me see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least 11 children.
Wow.
Have lived in that house recently. And currently there are 7 that live there and 2 others that may possibly still frequent that house.
One of the things, Lori, if I can interject for a second, one of the questions that is commonly asked in terms of the family, I want to, get through this and go on to some other things, but not only were there a lot of small children in the house, it has become public knowledge in terms of, number one, everybody knows Jarvis Butts, who is been identified as the suspect in this crime, and of course, as of today, has been bound over to trial to face all of those charges and even increased charges. The prosecutor added, or it upgraded, I think it's the better term, a charge today. So we are grateful for that. But one of the questions that I get a lot in the comments is asking about the grandmother's history in terms of her having her own children and how she was able to get foster children. And then was Jarvis Butts living in the home or not? things like that. If you guys could clarify for us any, whatever information you can share, because of course this is still an ongoing investigation. So we don't want to say anything that's going to interfere with that process, but anything that you guys can share in terms of the dynamics of the home, as far as the access maybe that Jarvis had to the children. You said how many children were in the house, but again, like I said, with the public already being aware that there was issues with the grandmother, would you either one of you know how she was able to bring in foster children in the home?
You want to answer that, Kiwana, or you want me to answer it?
It don't matter. You can answer.
Lies. She lied.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that foster care didn't do a very good check on her when she was able to even get custody of Ziya and her brother, as well as not as when she was able to get the other foster children she has cared for, as well as the 2 children that she fostered and has adopted.
And also, I would like to add, we found that she had only made them aware that she had 2 children, and she has more than 2 children. So I don't know if cases were missed from that. I'm not sure. But
she has 7 children, and from what I understand, I have people I know who work in foster care and things like that. They ask you about your children. They want to interview your children, see how your children are, how they turned out, where they life with, what type of upbringing they had. Well, unfortunately, out of her 7 children, the first one ran away at a very young age. The second one, he stayed home till 18 and went to school.
Just so you know, she's talking about, this is Jernell right here who's talking. She's talking about Nazia's grandmother. So just keep when they.
So my car insurance just went up again to $159 though.
But yeah, One Life, I'm finna get ready to get up out of here, man. I just be breaking it down for y'all, man. I was doing the giveaway, but I think we kind of, I be caught up in this information, y'all. You feel me? I be caught up in the information and whoop stuff like that. What time is it? Oh, it's getting late. We don't set up here and talk most of the night away. You feel me? We'll try again tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow is Monday. We'll just try to pick up again tomorrow. If you want to tap in on the iPhone giveaway, we got $5 raffle tickets. Tap in, let me know. We'll do it tomorrow. Probably tomorrow evening. You know what I'm saying? I still come on live in the morning and talk about the case, but I'll probably just do the giveaway like tomorrow evening, give people the time to get tickets and get home from work and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot that's coming out with this case, man. And I want to put together some videos of some of the things that I be talking about and pulling up behind the scene. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, at this point, I'm trying to find out where this young lady is at. You know what I mean? But One Life family, I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe, man. Stay tuned in with me, man. If y'all come across some stuff, share it with me, because it's all about finding where ZiyahHarris is at, and also getting justice for ZiyahHarris and these other children that are going through this abuse, man. You know what I'm saying? One Life family.